All right, Shalom. I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh Basham Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. Um, I have a quick article I want to get into pertaining to news and prophecy and what's going on. This is from the International Business Times, and the headline is China launches test missile capable of carrying nuclear warheads to Europe and U.S. All right, so this is going into World War III and the upcoming nuclear holocaust pertaining to the prophecies of the Lord. It says new missile system places London and U.S. East Coast under the crosshairs of China's military. All right, and you see an image of the nuclear missile with the nuclear warhead. All right, here. It says an earlier version of China's Dongfeng missile at the Chinese Military Museum in Beijing. All right. It says China has successfully launched a test missile capable of carrying a nuclear warhead 10,000 kilometers, meaning the whole of Europe and parts of the U.S. is within its range. The Dongfeng missile can be fired from mobile launchers capable of traversing rough terrain, meaning they can be easily moved and hidden from detection by spy satellites. All right. Um, China, which are the biblical Moabites, the Chinese, okay, so-called Chinese, they have this Dongfeng missile here, okay, which that's what they call their missile, the Dongfeng. And now Dongfeng is a Chinese word, all right. And I got an article up from Wikipedia, and this is very interesting when you um, consider the words of the Lord. So I'm gonna try to get into this article here. All right, this is from Wikipedia. From Wikipedia, Dongfeng missile. It says the Dongfeng, simplified Chinese, traditional Chinese, literally east wind missile. The Dongfeng missile, which means literally the east wind, is a series of intermediate and intercontinental ballistic missiles operated by the People's Republic of China. Um, typically, typically, the word Dongfeng is shortened to DF. Um, So Dongfeng 9 is written as DF9. So this is basically all I want to get out of this. The word Dongfeng in Chinese means literally east wind. Okay, and this is what China um, has named their uh, their intercontinental ballistic missiles. All right. Okay. Now it's kind of ironic that they had named their missile system or their missiles um, Dongfeng, because when you read the scripture, it speaks about an east wind, all right, in prophecy. Okay, so I'm gonna go straight to it. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 27, and I'll start at verse 23. It says, matter of fact, I'm gonna go up. This is Ezekiel 27 and start at 1. It says, the word of the Lord came again unto me, saying, Now, thou son of man, take up a lamentation for Tyrus, and say unto Tyrus, O thou that art situate at the entry of the sea, which are a merchant of the people for many isles. Thus saith the Lord power, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, O Tyrus, Salakia, Satan. Um, it says, Thus saith the Lord, power Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, O Tyrus, thou hast said, I am of perfect beauty. Thy borders are in the midst of the seas, thy builders have perfected thy beauty. Now, this prophecy that Ezekiel is speaking about, um, in his time, it was pertaining to the actual nation of Tyrus. But you can equate this today in these last days as America, okay? America, the U.S., the Eastern world, or the Western world, Salakia, it, but mainly it pertains to the United States. All right, and basically what it's saying is the main point was that Tyrus is a merchant. Um, it's the merchant of the people. Okay, so when you continue to read on throughout this chapter, it tells you how much riches the other nations brought Tyrus, and how it became um, a rich nation, a very rich nation at that time. Okay, um, so going down to Ezekiel 27 and 23, it says Haran and Canaan and Eden, the merchants of Sheba, Ashur and Chilmad were thy merchants. These were thy merchants in all sorts of things, in blue clothes and broidered work, and in chests of rich apparel, bound with cords and made of cedar among thy merchandise. So basically, these other nations would bring riches and merchandise and make Tyrus a rich nation at that time. But now you got these other nations, like China, like Europe, like Australia, like Africa, like Egypt, okay, like Asia and these other countries. They do trading back and forth with America, okay. So America is now the new modern day Tyrus, all right, okay. America is the new modern day Tyrus, all right. But just like ancient Tyrus was um taken down, America's going to be taken down. But this is how it's going to be taken down. It says, verse 25, the ships of Tarshish did sing of thee in thy market, and thou was replenished, and made very glorious in the midst of the seas. Try to stop this. Uh, all right, but basically, um, America today has become a rich nation through what? Through trade. You got the different stock markets, the different you got the Nasdaq, you got um, uh, the different credit systems that America uses, Standard and Poor's, and these different nations. So America has become a superpower nation, not just militarily, but through goods. All right. Hopefully this stop the problem. All right. Okay. But just like ancient towers was taken down, this new modern day towers is going to be taken down the same way. Okay, America. All right. So this is Ezekiel 27 and 25. The ships of Tarshish did sing of thee in thy market, and thou was replenished, and made very glorious in the midst of the seas. Thy rowers have brought thee into great waters. The east wind hath broken thee in the midst of the seas. Okay. Now this east wind, all right, um, today would pertain to the nuclear destructions, and it's just these Chinese have named their nuclear missiles the East Wind, because the Most High is going to use, like it says in uh, the book of Jeremiah, it speaks about a destroying wind that's going to destroy Babylon, which that Babylon is also referring to America in these last days. Okay, so the Most High is going to destroy America via these other countries and these other nations. All right. It says, thy rowers have brought thee into great waters. The east wind hath broken thee in the midst of the seas. Thy riches and thy fares, thy merchandise, thy mariners and thy pilots, thy caulkers and the occupiers of thy merchandise, and all thy men of war that are in thee, and in all thy company which is in the midst of thee, shall fall into the midst of the seas in the day of thy ruin. Because ultimately, America is going to be destroyed by thermonuclear destruction. All right? And I got one more scripture pertaining to this east wind, which is just another way the Most High is going to destroy America. All right, and since the Chinese have these nuclear missiles, and they've named their nuclear missiles the East Wind, all right, the Most High very well is going to use them to help destroy America alongside Russia and these other nations with nuclear missiles. All right, so this is Job 27 and 19. The rich man shall lie down, but he shall not be gathered. All right. Okay. It says the rich man shall lie down, but he shall not be gathered. He openeth his eyes and he is not. The rich man is referring to these international bankers, Rothschilds, Rockefellers, and the rest of these uh, Edomite families that run the earth today. Okay, the great merchants of the earth. All right. It says the rich man shall lie down, but he shall not be gathered. He openeth his eyes and he is not, because he's going to be destroyed. He's going to be taken out of his. Basically, these Edomites, these Illuminati bankers, they're going to be taken out of their seat of rulership, and they're going to go into slavery. All right. And the Israelites, so-called Black Hispanics and Native Americans, we're going to be put back in our rightful place, take back our birthright, and rule the planet Earth under Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. All right. But Esau is going to be taken down. It says terrors take hold on him as waters. A tempest stealeth him away in the night. Because it's going to be different terrorist attacks that the government and and Esau won't set up. Because the Most High is going to take control of the plagues, take control of the terrors and the different calamities that come on this society. All right, because the Most High is ultimately in control anyway. All right. Verse 21. The east wind carried him away, and he departeth, and as a storm hurled him out of his place. All right? Because the Most High is going to use these nuclear missiles that destroy wind to destroy America and ultimately destroy the so-called white man's place of rulership and take them down. All right? And set up the Israelites. All right? Verse 22. For the Most High shall cast upon him and not spare. He would fain flee out of his hand. Men shall clap their hands at him and shall hiss him out of his place. All right, and that's going on now. Now you got the so-called Chinese developing these nuclear missiles, which are capable of destroying the whole of Europe and the eastern part of the United States, the East Coast. All right, because the Most High is raising these nations up. So this is just leading more into World War III. All right, because they're not developing these missiles for no reason. Okay, these nuclear missiles are going to be used um, for the destruction of this society. All right. So going into the article, it says China has successfully launched a test missile capable of carrying a nuclear warhead 10,000 kilometers, meaning the whole of Europe and parts of the U.S. is within its range. The Dongfeng or East Wind missile can be fired from mobile launchers capable of traversing rough terrain, meaning they can be easily moved and hidden from detection by spy satellites. China launched the missile on the 26th of September, which is this year, 2014. The Pentagon confirmed the launch it took place. Although refusing to provide details, Pentagon spokeswoman Cynthia O. Smith told the Washington Free Beacon, uh, we continue to monitor China's military modernization, including its missiles tests. All right. So China is increasingly developing more and more missiles with better and better technology. All right. It says concern in the U.S. is growing at the extent of China's nuclear armory, particularly as Chinese state media has stated weapons are being developed for use against the U.S., probably to strengthen its hand in nuclear proliferation talks. China has a wide range of missiles capable of being launched from land, air, submarines, and some have the capability to carry multiple nuclear warheads, capable of striking up to 3 U.S. cities simultaneously. All right, so everything that we've been saying as Israelites and as prophets throughout the years, we're seeing these things come to pass, man. All right, okay, it's October now. The year 2014 is almost over. The prophecies are speeding up at a rapid rate. You got this Ebola virus running rampant. That guy Duncan, he just died Wednesday from the Ebola virus, but he's already infected almost 100 people or more. Other people in America got it, and it's spreading across the country, man. So the Most High is really bringing his prophecies to pass at a rapid rate. So for the rest of you Israelites that's not a part of the program, that's not doing the things you need to be doing, like prophesying and teaching the elect, all right, the right, correct way, it's time to wake up now, man. All right. and start doing the things you got to do, because the Most High is bringing these things to pass quickly. Okay. Uh, um, it says China is also believed to be developing a high technology hypersonic strike vehicle, which could deliver nuclear payloads at speeds of Mach 10, 7,680 miles per hour, along the edge of space, making them virtually impossible to be defended against. And that's their technology, man. All right. It says the U.S., Russia, and India. So now India is in in the play. Okay. It says the U.S., Russia, and India are believed to be developing similar missiles. All right. So now these other countries, which India is a part of, I believe India is a part of BRICS, which is allied with Russia. You got Russia, um, India, Brazil, China, and South Africa. Okay, so you got these other countries uh, uh basically getting into developing uh, these intercontinental ballistic missiles, man. Okay, um, let's see. It says it is estimated. Go up some a little bit more. Just Satan. All right, but basically, man. All right, you see the article. Um, this World War III thing is getting ready to pop off at a rapid rate. It's getting ready to uh escalate to a point where the only option that these other nations can go is to launch their missiles, man. And with everything that America is doing worldwide, setting up these false terrorist groups, committing these false flags, and going into these other nations, man, these heathen are getting fed up, man. So like the Most High said, man, let the weak say they are strong. All right. Because China's been a strong nation, Russia's been a strong nation, but these other countries like India and certain African countries, Arab nations, like Iran, they're not playing around, man. They're allying with these stronger nations in the East, and then you got America and its allies on the West. This whole thing is going to escalate into a global war, man. All right, and that's going to be the end of this society. Okay, and then the new world, the kingdom of Israel, the kingdom of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is going to be set up on the earth. All right, and with that, I'm gonna end it there. I'm gonna put the link up to the article so you brothers can read it. And I'm going to say shalom to the elect, all praises and glory unto Yahweh Bashim Shai, and Lord willing, until the next news and prophecy, I'm going to say shalom.